Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to another episode of the Minecraft Survival Let's Play. So before I get into the episode, I just thought I'd quickly mention why I've not been uploading much lately. So I think the last video I uploaded on the channel was at least like 6 or 7 weeks ago, maybe even longer than that. And basically I've just had a lot of stuff in real life to be dealing with, and I've just not been motivated to play on the world. So I've done a few little things on the world in the time that I've been off, but not really too much. I've barely played on the Xbox at all, never mind on the Minecraft world, and I've just not been motivated. Definitely not been motivated to record videos, but I'll definitely just quickly go through the stuff that I have done. But like I said, there's not really too much to show. So mostly I've done some work around the lighthouse. I can't remember exactly what was here the last time I showed it on video and what I've actually done in between episodes, but I know that I've built this bridge over here. It looks a little bit wide, but if I made it any more narrow, then it would be too narrow because it's got to be like a 3 center. I could make it like a 1 center, but I think that'd look weird. So I went for a 3 center, and it does look a little bit wide because it's diagonal. I'm quite happy with how this turned out. So it's just a little bridge leading over from the mainland over to this where the lighthouse is. And I've got another little bridge over there, but I've already showed that on camera before. I'm not really sure what to do with this area just yet. I've got a little bit of a path, so I've just got some sandstone here, like to make a little bit of a pathway. And I was thinking that I'm going to connect this bit of land to this bit of land. I was going to do a bridge originally, but I thought I might as well just connect it with some sand and stuff. And then over here, I'll probably just have another little house or a fishing hut or something like this. So there's something I can do there. There's quite a lot of space to work with. And then if I head up here, I can't really remember what I had here last time. I think I've added some lighting, maybe I added a few bushes around here as well. And then I've extended this pathway up here. So this goes all of the way around now, so it goes all the way around that side. And it goes all of the way around this side as well. And then it connects up again here on the other side. And if anyone remembers, like 2 months ago when I uploaded the last video, I said that I'm going to have a bridge that starts here somewhere. And it's going to go over to that island over there, and then I'm going to have a house over there for the lighthouse keeper. So that is the plan. There's going to be a bridge here, but it's going to be quite hard to build this one like high up above the water on a diagonal as well. So it might take me a while to come up with a good design to put there. And I've also just tried to do a little bit of landscaping around here. Like I've added some podzol and some rooted dirt and stuff. I think that's the coarse dirt actually. A few ferns and grass and stuff, some buttons just to act as little rocks. I've also got some moss carpets, and this is just to hide a little bit of lighting up here so nothing spawns. I think that's pretty much it around here. And I also started building a tree. I did actually put the leaves on top, and it just didn't look right at all, but I wanted to start recording this video. So I took the leaves down, and I am going to try it again later on, maybe in this episode, maybe some other time. But it's kind of hard to get like a natural look with the leaves, or at least I think it is. I'm sure some people find it easy. But I do want to have a tree here. I just need to get all of the leaves right before that's finished. So I'll definitely come back to that at some point. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's everything that I've done around the lighthouse. I did attempt to do some stairs for the interior. I did say that I don't want this scaffolding here forever, so I tried doing some stairs that started like here, and then they went up and round, up to the next floor. But it just looks so weird and bulky, and it didn't really look right. So I think I'm going to have to come back and start that again, maybe try some different materials or something, I don't really know. I was trying it with like stairs and slabs, and it just didn't look right at all. So I'm definitely going to have to come back to that. And it's actually even harder up on the next floor because it's got like a little indent here. So it's going to be even more difficult. I do want them spiraling around like this. It's just going to be a difficult project to work on that. I don't really know how I'm going to make it look good. But I do want to do the entire interior for this lighthouse. I think there's 5 floors overall. So this is the 3rd, the 4th. The 5th one is like tiny up here. And then the top one is actually like the top of the lighthouse up here where you can come outside. So there's 5 floors overall to decorate. That's going to take quite a while. So this project isn't going to be finished for a little bit. But I definitely want to work on the outside before I even start on the interior. Okay, so the other project I've been working on in between episodes is over here at the Wither Skeleton farm. So I started this project a long time ago now, and this is like the first mega project that I'm going to have on the world. So the Wither farm isn't even built yet. I've like marked out where the Wither Skeletons are going to spawn in the farm. So there's like 5 different pods over there. Then the AFK spot is right underneath the beacon there. And the plan is to dig out to these walls here. So I've done this on all 4 sides. I've like marked out where I'm going to dig out the walls to. I think this is 50 blocks away from the AFK spot in each direction. So this is 50 blocks away there. And I'm going to dig it out all the way down to bedrock, I think. So if I come underneath here, you can see I've actually dug it out to the lava level already. So there's still a long way to go, like another 30 levels to dig down. And I'm going to have to remove a lot of this lava. I think I'm going to collect a lot of this in buckets for like future projects or whatever. But there's still a lot of digging to do. I think the hardest part is actually going to be digging above this. So I think the best way to do it is to take the coordinates of all 4 of the corners, then go above to like the top where the bedrock is, and then just dig down and like mark out where the corners are and just dig in a big square and come down. But there's a lot of netherrack and stuff up there to be removed. Then of course there's still a long way to go down below as well. But I just thought I'd show this on camera. I've not showed it for a long time. So there is still a long way to go on this project. But like I said, it's like the first mega project that I'm doing on this world. So it's going to take a long time. And unfortunately a lot of it is just stuff I'm going to have to do off camera, like all of the digging. It's a little bit like boring just showing all of that on camera. So I've been doing it all off camera instead. And if I come in here, I've actually been collecting a lot of the netherrack in these shulker boxes and then sending them back to the base. I had like a full double chest somewhere just full of shulker boxes of netherrack. I think I've actually took it all back to the base. Oh no, there's some of it here. But I've been taking it back and then smelting it up into the, I think it's just nether brick, and then turning it into the red nether brick. I'm going to be using a lot of the red nether brick for decoration around here, so that's why I'm keeping a lot of this netherrack. So a lot of people just throw it away, but I do actually need it, so that's why I'm keeping it all. And the last thing I thought I'd show over here is that I found 6 ancient debris so far while I've been digging out this area. I think I found a little bit more originally, but I've already taken that back and smelted it up and turned it into netherite. But I've got 6 more here. I'm just going to be keeping this here until I finish this entire project, and we'll come back and we'll see how many I can find overall. So far I've got 6. And there's actually one more little project that I started in between episodes. I started this yesterday actually. And it kind of failed a little bit. So I got a bee's nest over here, or a bee's hive. I always forget which one is the naturally spawned one. And then I put it above this campfire. There were 2 bees inside. And the plan was to breed them up and then get the baby. And then the baby would go into this one over here. Then I'd get like 3 bees into this one. And then I could break this with silk touch and then place another one here. And get another 3 bees into this one. And then eventually I'd have like 10 of these and I could start my own bee farm somewhere. Like probably over in the farming district with all of my other farms. But I kind of messed up. I spent like an hour looking for a bee's nest or a bee's hive, whatever it's called. And then I put it on top of here. And I somehow made the bees angry and then they both died. So I kind of failed this project a little bit. And I'm going to have to go out and find another bee's nest somewhere. But like I said, I spent like an hour looking for one. So it's not really something I'm looking forward to, but I do need to go get another one and get some more bees over here so I can start breeding them up again. So I do want to build a bee farm at some point in the near future. And this is why I started this little project over here. But yeah, it failed a little bit, but I will start it again soon. So I thought I'd start the first episode back by collecting a few items to add to the checklist over here. And I found some of the items that are quite easy to collect. So I think it should be over here. The mycelium, and then the red mushroom, the brown mushroom block, and then the mushroom stem. So on my seed before the 1.18 update, the nearest mycelium biome or mushroom biome, whatever it's called, was about 7,000 blocks in that direction. But because of the new world generation in the 1.18 update, I've actually got a small mushroom biome that spawned just over here. So my farming district is just out of view over there, and then my giant mob farm is up in the sky there. So this is actually really close to the base. It's like 1,000 blocks away, which is nothing. And I can actually get some of the mycelium and then the red mushroom blocks and the brown mushroom blocks from here. So the new 18 or 1.18 update has actually made this a lot easier for me to collect. I'm kind of hoping that the mushrooms can spawn on here. But I'm not sure if those things can actually naturally spawn or if they just spawn when the biome is generated. So I'm not sure, like there's none here now, so I don't know if any are able to spawn, if that makes sense. So I might still have to like fly quite a long way to go and get some of those at some point. So I think I actually need silk touch on these to collect the blocks. So hopefully I can get a full stack of these here. And then I'm also going to get the brown ones over here. And then the stems. So I'm going to try and get a full stack of each. And then I'll collect a stack of the mycelium as well. Okay, so I actually managed to get a full stack of the red and the brown mushroom blocks and the mycelium as well. But I only managed to get 20 of the mushroom stems. And I'm pretty sure you can actually grow these big mushrooms if you plant a regular mushroom on mycelium and then use some bone meal on it. So I've never actually done this before, but it can actually grow these big ones like this. So I'm just going to grow a few more of these over at the base, and then I'm going to do it until I've got a full stack of these mushroom stems. And I know that you can actually break these faster if you use an axe instead of a pickaxe, but I don't have silk touch on my axe, so I'm just using the pickaxe for now because it's got silk touch on it. Okay, so that's another 4 items checked off the checklist here. So the mycelium and then the 3 mushroom blocks here as well. And these were quite easy to collect, and the only reason I hadn't collected them earlier in the season is just because the mycelium biome was so far away, like 7,000 blocks in that direction, and I didn't really want to load up too much of the world before the 1.17 and the 1.18 update, because I wasn't really too sure how it was going to affect the world. But now I know that you can actually dig down below the current world. So like below my base here, even though this has been here since before the 1.18 update and the 1.17 update, I can actually get all of the new features below my base and in all of the other chunks that I've already loaded. So I wasn't sure how that was going to work, and that's why I didn't explore the world too much before those updates came out. So if I come over here to the end chest, I want to build a farm for the chorus fruit today, and I should be able to check off all of these purple items, the chorus fruit, the popped chorus fruit, and the flower as well. I'll have to go to the end to collect some end stone to craft all of these end brick blocks here. And then I'm not really too sure about the others. I'll probably go end busting another time to get the shulker shells and the end crystals. I need a ghast farm for that, so I'm going to have to build that in another episode. But I'll be able to at least check off all of these items here in today's episode. So what I'm going to do is head over to the farming district and decide where I'm going to build this. But first of all, I'm going to collect a few items that I'm going to need from the chests over here. So I'll be back in a second over at the farming district. Okay, so it's actually been a few days since I recorded the last clip in this video, and I got a little bit carried away, and I've pretty much gone ahead and finished this farm that I was going to build. So this is the chorus fruit farm, and it might look kind of familiar because I built something very similar on the last world. I didn't really look at my old videos or anything like that, I just kind of built it from memory, so it's definitely got some changes in here, but I've kind of gone for like a similar kind of theme. I'm just going to sleep quickly to skip the night, and then I'll explain what's going on here and show how the farm works. So the farm isn't completely finished yet, I still need to do an entrance here. On the last world, what I did was I built one of the end city buildings, and then I just used that as an entrance. I'll probably do something similar again this time. So that's all that I've got to do really to finish this project off, and I'll do that a little bit later in this episode. But here's the farm, and this is how it works. So I've got all of these chorus fruit plants growing down here, and they can grow just above this little ledge as you can see over here, but it's not very common that that happens. But I've kind of just put them at the right height so most of them just grow below this ledge, so it's kind of easy just to shoot them off like this. So I just go around and shoot all of the, I think these are the flowers. So right at the end I shoot the flowers off, and then they all just kind of drop down. So down below there's 63 different places where I can plant the chorus flowers. So every time I do a harvest I try to get at least like a stack of these chorus flowers, and that way I'm never going to run out of them. So I'm always getting more than I put back into the farm, if that makes sense. So I just kind of go around this ledge around the outside, and I shoot all of the ones that are easy to get to like this. And then once I've got enough, which this is probably enough now, I go over here, and then I've got this button on the, just like below the stairs, and this is how I harvest the rest of the flowers. So if I press this, it is going to cause a lot of lag, but it activates all of the dispensers over there. They all have a water bucket inside them, then it just kind of pushes all of the items down here. It does happen quite slowly, like they get stuck a little bit, and then they move. So you can see they just like go slowly, and then they kind of shoot off, and they do that on every single little layer over here. And then I've got some hoppers just down here at the bottom. So down here I've got some stairs upside down and then some hoppers. and this just picks up all of the items, and I'll show you what's going on behind that wall in a second. But first I'll just show you the redstone for the dispensers, just in case anyone wants to copy this farm. So it's actually quite simple. I've got the button, which is up there, which you just saw me press. Then I've just got a line of redstone, there's nothing special going on. I've got a repeater every time the signal dies. And it just comes back here, and it just goes straight into the back of all of the dispensers at once. So it kind of goes into the middle, and then this like splits the signal both ways, and this means that they can all get powered at the same time. So that's as simple as it is, and then once I want to turn the water back off, all I've got to do is press the button again, and then it turns all the water back off, it deactivates all of the dispensers, and then that's it. So that's as simple as the farm is, it's really not that complicated. The hardest part was actually getting all of the sorting system and stuff in place. So if I go down here, I've got the storage room. So I've got the chorus fruit on this side. I've got loads of these flowers now because I've been using this a little bit today. And then I've got the the popped chorus fruit on this side. And this is actually what I need the most, because this is the stuff you need to make the purple blocks and stuff. So I've got a full double chest and then a little bit more. So now I'll just quickly show you how I get the popped chorus fruit. So I've got this thing over here where I can switch between the two. So if I want the popped chorus fruit, I put the lever upwards. And if I want the normal chorus fruit, I put it down like that. So if I just quickly jump down below, I can show you what's going on and show you how I've managed to do this. So I'll just go through right here. And it looks a little bit complicated like most redstone does, but it's actually not. So all of the items get put into this hopper right here and then shot into this dispenser. All of these get shot out. And then over here I've got a item filter for the chorus flowers. So all of the chorus flowers get picked up there, and then they get put into this dispenser, then they get shot out up here, and then this goes up to the storage room and puts them all in the chest up there. So that's quite simple. But then I've got this bit over here, which is to do with the lever that I just showed you up above. So the lever is flicked up at the moment, which means these pistons right here are not activated. So this means that all of the chorus fruit is going to drop down into this little water stream over here, go up here, and then they're going to get put into these furnaces. So I've got two furnaces, and all of the chorus fruit is going to go through these, and then they will get shot out of here and then go straight up to the storage room and then get put in the popped chorus fruit chest. But if I come up here and I flick the lever like this, so now it's just the regular chorus fruit, and if I go back down, you'll see that the pistons should be activated, and that means the ice is over here now. So the ice has been pushed forward, and then all of the chorus fruit can just go straight over here and then up into the storage room, and then it will go into the chorus fruit chest instead. So that's all of the redstone down here. It actually took me a little while to get all of this like in here. I kind of did it wrong a few times, but I finally got it sorted, and then everything down here is working fine now. And to replant this, all I do is I come down below. You can see that I've got this end stone next to the end stone bricks. So you can only plant these things on the end stone, you can't do it on top of the stone brick things. So I've just got to go around all of the end stone. I've kind of like jagged it around and made it into a bit of a pattern, so I think the flowers can grow a little bit better this way. If they were closer together, they wouldn't be able to grow as freely, so I've kind of like left a bigger gap in between them. I think this helps them grow a bit taller anyway, I'm not really too sure. But I can plant 63 of these overall, so I'm just going to quickly do this. And then I will go through the dimensions of the farm just in case anyone wants to build it. I've also got some hidden lighting on this area, like underneath the end stone. So a lot of these are end stone bricks, and I've got some hidden sea lanterns underneath, and that's just to light the area up so no mobs are spawning around here. Like right now it's getting to night time and I don't want creepers spawning around here and blowing me up. So I've hidden quite a lot of lighting underneath this place. Okay, so I've placed some smooth stone here just so it's a little bit easier to explain the dimensions. So this row over here is 42 blocks long, and that doesn't include the actual walls. So of course I dug out the walls as well, and then I decorated them with the purple blocks and stuff. So you could just leave this as regular stone if you wanted to, but obviously I wanted to make it look good. But 42 blocks is how much you have to dig out this way. That row over there is 21 blocks overall, and again, if you want to decorate the walls you're going to have to dig a little bit further out. But you could just dig out the 21 blocks by 42 and then leave it all as stone and granite and whatever if you really wanted to. And over here you can see that I pillared up all of the way from the bottom, and this is 23 blocks overall up to the ground level which I'm standing on right now. So it's 42 by 21 and then 23 blocks up. But you can see that it does actually go down so the water can travel. So I've got 7 blocks at the top, and then it goes down by a block, and then there's 7 blocks, and then it goes down by a block, and then 7 blocks again. So it happens 6 times overall before the hoppers pick up the items. So obviously the water travels 8 blocks overall. So if you do 7 blocks, the water just like drops down on the 8th block, and it goes all the way down to the bottom. So that's just like basic Minecraft mechanics there. And then of course I've got this platform down here, which you don't really need this if you don't want. You could just kind of harvest this from the surface level. But I thought it'd be cool if you could actually come into the farm and harvest it from down here. So I've got the glass covering up the entire farm. And I've got 2 more blocks underneath, and that's kind of where the platform starts here. So if anyone wants to copy this exactly, you could even copy the patterns and stuff in the walls if you really wanted to. So it was a little bit harder to do the longer sides because it's even in the middle, so you can kind of see it messes up slightly in the middle. And then the shorter sides is over there. So it's quite a similar pattern, just all the way around, copied over and over again. I thought that was the easiest way to do this instead of going for some complex design. So I think I've shown enough here so that you should be able to copy it exactly, or at least close enough. But if anyone's got any more questions about how I did something, just let me know down in the comments and I'll try to answer all of them. There's actually one more thing I forgot to mention as well. So the way I get out of this farm when I'm down here is I just fly upwards like this into like the wall kinda. If you really wanted to have a ladder or something somewhere, you could do that. But I assume that everyone that's got chorus fruit has been to the end and probably got an elytra by now. So that's the easiest way to get out, I think. But you could just put a ladder up the side if you really wanted to. But anyway, that's me done with this farm for right now. I will come back a little bit later and build the entrance. But that shouldn't take too long. I'll definitely get that done in today's episode. But for right now, I'm going to head back over to the base, and I've got a few more things I need to do over there. Okay, I'm back over at the base, and there's a few things I want to do quickly. So first of all, I've got these bees over here. So at the start of the episode, I kind of spent a long time looking for some beehives, and I just couldn't find them naturally spawned anywhere in the world. I found like one, and then I ended up like killing the bees or whatever. But I actually remembered there's a way to get the beehives without finding them naturally. So it's kind of like farming beehives. So I think I saw this on Hermitcraft at some point. I think it might have been Exizuma or however you pronounce it that was doing this. But if you get a oak tree, I think you can probably do it with birch as well. If you have like a flower 1 or 2 blocks away, I don't know exactly how far away it's got to be. But I'll just put them like this. And then if you use bone meal on the sapling, there's a chance that a beehive will spawn. So I think the chance is like 5% or something like that. So if you did 100 of these, you would like technically get about 5 beehives. So I didn't get one right there. But there is like a 5% chance you will get a beehive as long as there is a flower within, I think it's like 5 blocks of the tree or something like that. So I didn't get one this time, but that's how I managed to get the bees back over here. I got a beehive, it had 2 bees inside, then I just started breeding them up and stuff. And now I've got a little system going on over here. It's actually quite a simple system as well, but it's been working great. So I've got 2 bees over here on leads, and these are both attached to a fence post. So these 2 bees I just use for breeding up. And then I've got a beehive over here, or this might be a bee's nest, I always forget which is which. But if I breed the bees up 3 times, I will get 3 bees that go into this hive. And once I've got 3 in there, I just pick up the hive and I've put it in this chest. So I've got 9 here, and then I've got a 10th one right there. So eventually, probably pretty soon, I'm going to build a honey farm or a bee farm, whatever you'll call it. And I'm going to need 10 of these beehives that are full of bees. So now I've got all of these, it's actually going to be quite simple to build the rest of the farm. This is like the hard part already done now. And the other thing that I want to do while I'm back over at the base is over here with these chests. So it's actually been a while since I recorded like the start of this episode. I can't really remember exactly what I said, but I'm pretty sure I showed all of this stuff. And these are the items that got added in the 1.17 and the 1.18 update. And I knew I forgot some of the items, but there's actually more that I forgot than I thought, if that makes sense. Probably not, but these are all of the items that I forgot to add to these chests. So I did actually remember the candles. I mentioned it earlier in another episode, and I just completely forgot about them again. So I've got all of the different colours of the candles, and then I've got the normal candle as well. Up here I've got the axolotls. So I've got all 5 of the different colours, and I've got the baby variants and then the adult variants as well. I don't actually have the blue ones yet, these are extremely rare, so I've just named a little bit of paper, the blue baby axolotl, and then the blue adult axolotl as well. These are probably going to be the hardest items to get out of everything here, but it's going to take me a long time before I can actually get them. And down at the bottom there's just a few more items that I forgot. So someone actually told me on Reddit that I forgot the copper ore, but it's actually in this chest right here, so I didn't forget that. I'm not sure why I said, but I did put that in there and then I just kind of forgot to remove it, so I'll take that out right now. And these are the other items that I forgot as well. So the powdered snow is something, I just don't have that yet. I'm not actually entirely sure how to get that. I think you need to find it like naturally. And then I've got the other side as well, so that is the final record disc that has been added to the game. So I think that's the rarest record disc at the moment, so it might be kind of hard to find that as well. But I'm pretty sure these are now all of the items that got added in the 1.17 update, and then the 1.18 update as well. So I can't actually open this chest for some reason, so all the deep slate blocks are in there. So I think what I'm going to do now is add all of these items into the checklist room, and then I can actually start checking some of them off maybe. So I need to decide where to put them. I think some of them can just go into current chests. Like over here I've got the music chest. I can put the new record disc in here. Stuff like that, but some of them I'm going to have to create new chests, and that's why I've got these over here, which are unnamed. So I think I'm going to quickly sort this out, and then I'll come back and I'll show you where I've put all of the different items. Actually, before I do that, I think I'm just going to show them all one more time. So if anyone wants to just check all of these items and then make sure that this is everything that got added in the 1.17 and 1.18 update, it'd actually help me out a lot because I really don't want to miss any of these items. So 1.17 came out, and then I think it was like 1.18. Some people called it 1.17 part 2, I think. But I just need to make sure this is all of the different items that got added that can be obtained in survival Minecraft. So right here I've got all the regular copper stuff, and then I've got the wax copper stuff as well. And then down below these are all of the items that I've got today, including the baby blue axolotl, the adult blue axolotl, the powdered snow, and then other side as well. So if I'm missing anything that got added in those updates, please let me know down in the comments, because I don't want to miss anything from the checklist. Okay, I think I've managed to sort this out. It didn't take too long, and I'll just quickly go through the chests and show you the new items that I've added to the checklist. So over here in the random blocks, I added the rooted dirt. So I've already got the coarse dirt and the regular dirt here, so I thought I might as well put the rooted dirt in there as well. So that's the only item that I added there. Next up is in the nether chest, and there's a new variant of basalt that got added, so the smooth basalt. So I thought I might as well just put this with the other variants of it. And then over here in the mob drops, I added the glow ink sack because, you know, it's a mob drop, so I might as well put it in there. And then I've got the glow berries in the food chest because it is a source of food. Next is in the music chest, I added the new record disc, the other side. There's a few new plants, so the glow lichen, the big and small drip leaf, and then the spore blossom. And iron and wood down here, I added all of the axolotls and then the powdered snow. And there's also the glow item frame as well, because I've already got the picture frame and then the item frame in here anyway, so I put that in there as well. And you might have realised there's only 8 axolotls in there when there's 10 overall. And that's because the blue axolotl is so rare, I thought I might as well add this to the rare chest instead. So that's going to be one of the hardest items to get in the game, I think, so I thought I might as well put that in the rare chest. Then over here in the ores chest, I added all of the deep slate ores, and then a few of the new items like the raw iron, the raw gold, and then the raw iron and gold blocks as well. So I think that's all of the new ore items that got added to the game. So that's all of the changes that I've made to the current checklist, but I've actually made 2 more chests. So one up here is called deep slate and copper. So obviously this is just all of the new deep slate items and then the copper items as well. The wax versions and the non-wax versions. And then over here it's called random 1.17/18, and this is just all the items I didn't really know what to do with, so I've just put them in their own chest over here. So like the candles and then the amethysts and stuff like that, all of that has just gone over in its own chest right there. So I think that is all of the new items that got added to the game. They're all in the checklist now. This is something I've wanted to do for a long time, but because I took quite a big break from just playing Minecraft in general, I've not had a chance to do it yet. So I'm happy I've finally managed to get it done. And hopefully when the next update comes out, I can get all of the items together a lot faster and get them in the checklist. And it's not going to take me like 4 or 5 months after the update comes out to actually get it sorted out. So I think that's everything that I wanted to do in the base at the moment. So I think what I'm going to do now is head back over to the farming district and work on the chorus fruit farm a little bit more and see if I can get that finished in today's episode. Okay, I'm back over here at the farming district, and you can see that I've gone ahead and built the entranceway to the chorus fruit farm. So this is just one of the buildings from the end cities. I just kind of winged this, I didn't look at any references or anything like that, so it could be a little bit different. But this is what I've got here. And I've got 2 shulker boxes on the side of the door, because on the end city buildings there's always 2 shulkers at the front entrance. So this one's just got some bows in here, and then this one's got loads of arrows. I've got so many arrows that I might as well just use them for now. But I am going to get loads of these bows with infinity on, and then I just need like 1 arrow. So I'm just going to use all of these for now until I've got all of the infinity bows. But I don't think I've actually got a villager to get that trade yet, so I'm going to be working on that in a future episode. But for right now, I just go in here and I can go down into the farm. Everything down here is the same as it was before. And this project is pretty much finished now. I've just got these 2 rooms over on the sides, and I don't really know what to do with these. I just built these because the pattern was going to be a little bit odd in the middle because it's like an even number in the middle. So I just decided to put some doors here for now. I don't really know what to do here, but I'm sure I can figure something out at some point. Maybe some more farms, I don't really know. But if I don't think of anything, I can always just like cover it up with a pattern, and then it'll just be like an extra part of the wall instead. But yeah, this project is pretty much finished at this point. The farm's all working fine, all of the storage and stuff. So what I'm going to do now is get some of the popped chorus fruit and stuff together, and I'm going to head back over to the base and check a few items off the checklist. And back over at the base, I've checked those items off the checklist now. So I've got all of the purple blocks and the chorus fruit, so this is everything produced by the farm. This is very easy to craft as well, like very cheap. And then I've got all the end stone stuff as well. So I collected loads of this a few days ago to build the farm, and then I just had a load of it left over. So I've just gone ahead and used that to craft all of these items here. So all that's left for this chest before I can turn the lights on is the 63 more shulker shells, and then the end crystals. Unfortunately, I'm not going to get to those in today's episode because I'm going to have to build a ghast farm, and that's quite a big project, so I'm going to have to do that later down the line. But I do want to go ahead and get the 63 more shulker shells today. And I've actually got some in my ender chest from the last end raiding session that I did. So it should be in the black one here. This is where I keep my elytras and stuff. So I do have a full stack in here, and then I've made all the rest of them into actual shulker boxes just for like when I need them. But I don't want to use the rest of my shulker shells on the checklist, so what I want to do is go for a quick end raiding session, and I should get enough to check the shulker shells off. Then in a future episode I'll build the ghast farm and that chest will be complete. So I've already done a few end raiding sessions on camera before, and that's how I got all of these elytra. I think I've got a few spares down here as well. So I don't want to show it all on camera again. I'm probably just going to show me getting the dragon heads because I still need another 40 of these to check off the checklist. So I'm just going to quickly head over to the end. It shouldn't take too long. I'll probably raid like 5 or 6 end cities, and then I'll be back to show all the loot that I've got. I'm back over at the base again, and as you will have seen, I only managed to find 3 of the end cities that actually had the end ships. So I only got 3 more elytra and then 3 more dragon heads. But I did find a few more end cities without the ships, so I managed to get a stack and 24 shulker shells overall. So what I'm going to do is just take 63 of these, then I can head over to the end chest right here, and I can put these in there. So that's everything complete in this chest now, apart from the end crystals. And for anyone that's wondering, there's no end rods in here. And that's because some items go into multiple different categories, so I could have put the end rods in here, but instead I put them in the lighting chest, because it is a light source. So, like the end banners as well, I could have put the end banners in this chest, but I decided to put them in the glass and banners chest right here. So yeah, there's a few items that go into a few different categories, and that's why there's no end rods in that one. And I just thought I'd show the rest of the loot that I got from the end cities. So I only raided like 5 or 6 overall, a few of them were quite small as well. So there's some loot over here, none of it's really too great, but there is this pickaxe here, which is pretty much the perfect pickaxe if it had efficiency 5. The curse of vanishing isn't really a big deal, so I just need to add another efficiency book to that. There's a few more things here, and only 6 diamonds, but it's better than nothing. I never bother to collect the iron stuff because it's just useless, like all the iron armor and stuff. I'm never going to use that, so I only collect the diamond stuff. But anyway, I think that's everything that I wanted to do in today's episode. So the main thing I wanted to do was to build the chorus fruit farm so I could check off all of the items in this chest. I knew I wouldn't get to the end crystals today, that's going to be a project for another episode. And I also wanted to add all of the new items from the 1.17 and 1.18 update. So I finally got all of these added to the checklist. I've wanted to do this for a long time, so I'm glad I finally got that out of the way. And hopefully when the next update comes out, I can add them to the checklist a lot faster. So this video should be uploaded on a Saturday. I used to upload every Saturday, weekly uploads, but I don't think I'm going to be able to get back to weekly uploads straight away. So the next video after this might be 2 weeks, but I will try to get back to weekly uploads as soon as I can. It's just hard to find the time and stuff, and then there's other stuff going on in my life, so there's just a lot going on, and I'm actually moving house soon as well, so that's going to be a little bit of an issue with recording. So I'll try to get back to weekly uploads as soon as I can, but for right now it might be a video every 2 or 3 weeks. But like I said, I will try to upload as often as possible from now on. But anyway, I hope everyone did enjoy the video, and I'll see you all next time.